Hello, brothers, sisters, and others of all colors. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Wow, I love that intro. But also, this is just a little like vlog type video of me talking about bullshit, which is this whole like punching Nazis thing or whatever, or punching people you disagree with, or I guess to put it in a more charitable sense, of course, because saying that it's not the whole truth. They, and by they I mean like literally people I agree with, will tell you that the belief systems are either on the road to or perpetuating systems that create violence. Do I agree with that statement? Yes, I do. However, oops, I farted. I don't know you had to hear that. Anyways, so yeah, these belief systems can create an environment where violence against people, particularly vulnerable groups of people, is more likely. So I guess I should change that around. It's not that I agree that like that violence is automatically going to happen. So far, 0 cases of violence against me. Hopefully I don't reveal my location or whatever to jinx myself, but anyways, it makes it more likely. Duh. If you have a belief system that says gay people are dangerous and they're going to rape your children or whatever, if that's your belief system, there's a pretty good likelihood that if you know somebody's gay, you're gonna try and cause violence. If you're gonna try to like kill them or hurt them or something like that, right? If you believe that action is significantly more likely. I mean, let's say you had a bad day, okay, or you just have other anxieties that are stacked up on top of whatever you got, right? And then you see a gay person. If you already have that anxiety and they're feeding into that anxiety, and you're gonna first start by like assuming that, and then you're going to use that homophobia to justify any act of violence that you do against that person. That's how that works. Basically, you're just like you have an emotion that's already there that you may not understand the cause to, but you haven't processed it yet, and you are attributing it to that anxiety being increased by the person in front of you. Now, I gotta do the video on like bigotry and shit, because that shit is in like fear and all of that stuff. But it's just a special sneak peek. There was a joke in my head about like GeoGuessr nerds being able to track my location. But anyways, so how does this all relate back to this whole to the thesis of the video, right? 4 minutes in, we're talking about the thesis. So basically, the idea is that if you think that somebody's belief system makes it easier for violence to be done against you or people like you, or maybe even somebody else, then you should inflict violence on them to deter that. Here's the premise that is wrong. The premise that's fucking wrong is that you can't control anyone with violence. You can't. It's not possible. You can't control anyone, actually, or any of their actions. You have to get through to them. You have to connect with them on something that's valuable to them, and help them through their emotions. Their emotions are a part of what's causing the issues, right? You're just like creating more fear is not going to fucking stop like Nazis. It's not going to stop fascists or people with fascistic tendencies or belief systems that may eventually lead to fascism who still feel strongly about being called a fascist directly. All right? You can't control people with violence. This is coming from somebody who has felt like I was controlled with violence for a good chunk of my life, which is something I'm still getting over today, which is like, hey, I grew up in a family where getting beaten was like the way that they punished you, and that's how they tried to control your behavior. Did my behavior fucking change? No, I'm still doing the same shit I was doing before. And you know what else? I'm also doing that shit more discreet. I was doing that shit more discreetly when that was a possibility. I was trying to hide it. Because my problem was not, I didn't link the behavior to the violence. I was like, okay, well, violence is bad. Let me avoid the violence. Let me avoid them. They have to find out. My grandma has to find out before she can beat me. So if she doesn't find out, she can't beat me. That shit's crazy. Like, then they just start avoiding the fucking source of the violence. And they just start working around it. And this is just one example. This is why you see stuff like fucking dog whistles starting to appear. And different forms of communication getting more and more complex on the ends of like right-wing people, because instead of fucking solving the actual problems, which you would be able to do if you guys actually worked on yourself, like fucking oh god, I don't want to say this name because I actually really don't like this guy. If you guys actually fucking like maybe listen to Jordan Peterson, for as much of a fucking weirdo and like crazy motherfucker he is right now, especially for as big of a piece of shit as he is, if you motherfuckers just been like actually like listen and be like, oh hey, yeah, maybe I should fix myself instead of fucking trying to fix the world, you would actually fucking come to realize that like if you developed yourself spiritually, you would understand the real nature of these things. The real nature of control. You don't have any. And motherfuckers will turn around and tell you, oh yeah, well, determinism, lol, you don't have any control, lol. And then they'll be like, oh hey, we can control people with violence. Alright, I'm just drawing too many connections. That connection probably doesn't work, but if it did, I fucking caught you. And then that's like if it works. If it works, then the other if it does work, then that shitty scenario plays out. If it doesn't work and your fucking ass gets beaten because you were fighting for your rights, or you're fighting for the rights of people. Oh, we don't need to do that when we don't need to do that shit nowadays. Well, not that we don't need to fight for our rights in a metaphorical sense, but in a physical sense, we don't need to do that shit. It's fucking the 21st fucking century. Use your damn words. And use your actions in a way that doesn't fucking physically harm people. It's not that hard. And this is just one of my many frustrations with my side of the political aisle. My own guys. They all suck. All of them. Okay, maybe there are a few good ones. But god damn, it's crazy. look, here's my real tip, okay? And look, actually, before that, I'm gonna give you guys a quick anecdote. Because I actually asked a super Republican boss of mine to use my pronouns. And here's what I got, okay? Here's what happened. He was fucking terrified. That's what it was. Deep down, he was afraid of losing everything he had. Whether that was a possibility or not, that's not something he felt like he could afford, is my interpretation. But this guy isn't like the fucking scourge of fucking evil. He's not the fucking, he's not like some demon. He's just like a guy. He's like an actual, like, normal human being. And besides all that shit, besides all the fucking, like, crazy fucking Trump bumping or whatever the fuck, and transphobia and bullshit like that, besides all of that, he's like actually kind of a cool guy. He didn't even like talk to me like I was wearing a wig. He was just talking to me like a normal dude. We talked about like stuff here and there. I was telling him about like when you get like a gun or something, when you get a blick, as they say. I talked to him about that shit. He was just cool. He was just talking about it. There's no like fucking there's no secret agenda or anything. He was just like a normal guy, like, actually. And that's the way you guys need to start seeing Republicans, instead of seeing them like fucking animals, instead of seeing them like monsters, because they're not. They're just people. There's not another group to dominate. They're just people like you and me, okay? They are the fucking people who hold Republican views. They are not Republicans. They are people who hold fucking right-wing views, okay? They're people first. I'm not a fucking black person. I'm a person who has a darker skin complexion. I'm a person with an African descent that grew up, or whose family also lived in America during the time of colonialization. I'm not an African American. Because that shit detaches, that shit puts my fucking position, the quality, above my fucking personhood. And I don't accept that shit. But anyways, that's the anecdote. So what you guys need to do? I honestly don't understand the full I don't understand like how to like perfectly do this, how to perfectly solve this from like a rhetorical standpoint. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know the answers. I'm sure if I thought about it and I used the information I had, there would be a way for me to reach in and grab that to get that answer. But whatever. Alright? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But the point is, like, this isn't good versus evil. This isn't fucking cowboys versus Indians. Motherfuckers will talk about tribalism and then fall right back onto the fucking they'll fall right back into the fucking tribalistic bullshit. Like, come on, guys. It's crazy, dude. But anyways, I don't know the answers. I don't know how you help somebody who is afraid that they're going to lose everything because of if they get my pronouns wrong or something. Personally, it's not like the biggest deal in the world to me. Maybe it is to somebody else, but it really isn't. It's not. I know who I am on the inside, and that's okay. Like, and it's okay. They can use whatever pronouns they want. And personally, like, it's not that bad. Like, really. For me, at least, it's not bad. Okay? So, like, I don't really mind if people are using my pronouns, or if people identify me as male or whatever, because I'm fucking who I am. Okay? And maybe I feel a bit, maybe there's a little bit of a privilege in that, because I've lived as someone who is identified as male for like 19 or so years. For that long, before I actually like changed like my identity. So there's a lot of privilege in that. I didn't have like a trans childhood or whatever. I didn't have like a trans teenage years. I know some trans people who were like in a dog shit spot. They were like kicked out of their, yeah, it's bad. It's like really fucking bad. But honestly, I actually am starting to form some kind of an answer. And the answer, in my opinion, is that like fear is not the answer. That I know that much. Fear is not the answer. Trying to control people with fear is not the answer. Because when you try to control someone with fear, here's what happens, okay? They look at the object, right? Like you create an object of fear, and like here's the person. Oh crap, this is gonna be really hard for you to visualize. I don't know, whatever. Like there's like the object of fear, and then there's like the person or whatever, they're sticking out of that, and they're gonna run away. They're gonna run in any direction, but they're gonna run away. Right? They're avoiding it because it's an obstacle. Fear makes you avoid stuff. Fear makes you move around things. Okay? And that's actually kind of a profound kind of connection in my opinion, because like I've noticed that, hey, you, get off. Fucking mosquito. Fucking rat bastard. Anyways, fear makes you go around things. And the reason why I thought that was cool is because it's like, you know, as somebody who's grown up with around a lot of like fear, and who had a lot of fear growing up, that I'm so fucking good at moving around shit. I always have like 20 different options, because I'm always like fucking looking all around I'm always looking for 20 different options. I'm always trying to find the way around things. And I notice that many people around me don't have the same level of fear, because they don't have that same like ability to like respect the zone. I don't know. You might be witnessing another level of spiritual growth in me, but like it's crazy. Anyways, the fact is that fear is not the damn answer. Fear gets you to move around, and if you make somebody afraid of one object of fear, they're just going to move around that object of fear and find another object of fear. You're making them more slippery. You're making them harder to fucking deal with. When you fucking do this stupid bullshit, like, oh, let's start using violence instead. You're trying to use your anger. You're trying to push through. You're trying to push them with anger, which is not fucking possible either, by the way. Into fear, and that's not gonna work either. You're mad and you want to push because you have no fucking emotional control. I'm just saying it. I'm just spraying. And if it hits me, it hits me. Who cares? I can handle that shit. Alright? You guys are pissed the fuck off because shit is not going your way as fast as you want it to go. When the reality is that like most of you guys need to start like developing a sense of like internal power. If my ass can do it, your ass can do it. There's like, you got to start now. You have your reasons, but your reasons are the perfect reasons to fucking do that shit, okay? Start developing a fucking sense of power in your damn life and over shit in your damn life. That's the first fucking thing. And stop fucking trying to overanalyze every fucking stupid little thing. And just take the fucking power. Take the power over your environment. And this is why I kind of related that like determinism to leftism. Because you do see a lot of leftists that are determinists. Right? Because a lot of leftists kind of like forego all power. And they're like hyper fucking what's the fucking term? Not naturalist. Fuck. Maybe not. I'm probably bullshitting there. But like a lot of those guys are like they tend to believe that like your circumstances are formed by the external shit, which is like kind of true, but not like super true, right? But in a way that's like, it's not just like, oh, it's that, but it's also like they kind of given into that entirely. They've given in this whole concept of like having control of your life entirely in some sense. That's really the feeling I get when I look at a lot of leftists. And I mean like, not just like a lot as in like a vague a lot, like, I mean, yeah, vague a lot, but like 90% of y'all. I get the feeling that a lot of you guys have just like sort of thrown all of your fucking power out of the window and have completely defaulted to blaming external systems for shit in your life, which do contribute. I'm not saying they don't, but you do have power over a lot of shit in your life. You've given all of your fucking power away to external fucking systems. So like a lot of you guys are just pissed off because you feel powerless all the time. That's what's going on. And a lot of right-wingers are just on like an even lower vibe. They're like afraid of everything. It's crazy. So you gotta go up the damn, so like, what the hell is it with all this stuff? Why am I putting this stuff on levels? That's what I seem to be implying. The thing that I'm implying is that like, you have like, again, you gotta look at like vibrational fucking charts. The charts of different vibrations. You have fucking love, joy, and peace at the top. Love, joy, peace. You have fucking acceptance, willingness, courage in the fucking middle. And you have shit like fucking anger just a little bit above fear. A lot of you motherfuckers are full of fucking anger and fear. You aren't up there. You're fucking chilling all the way down here. The only way you're going to get people on your side is if you pull them up to those higher levels instead of fucking, and they'll be mad with you, but they have to get to the top of that. They have to get to the top in order to fucking like to find that attachment to that, right? So you gotta get to people through those top vibrations. You gotta get to people through shit like fucking courage, willingness, acceptance, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. But none of you motherfuckers are enlightened, and neither am I. Alright? And another thing is that we have to start building fucking motherfuckers have been letting right-wingers take over the fucking self-improvement space for millions of years. For literally since the fucking Cretaceous period, okay? You guys need to fucking stop that shit. Okay? Stop that shit. Stop that shit. You can't keep fucking letting them have that. You can't let them have that. Right? And that's another thing I've noticed, is that right-wingers are more willing to be like, hey, or they're more willing to like accept their power over a situation. And they're probably more likely to believe in things like free will, which I think, and again, I'm gonna quote the motherfucker again, and this is not to say that I agree with him, by the way. JBP, Jordan fucking B. Peterson, okay, that motherfucker is like, hey, you need to believe in free will. Determinism might be like kind of true, but like you also have to like believe in free will to some extent. And I think he's right on that. I think he's actually fucking right. Now, many people will tell you that thinking someone is right on a few things means that you're ignoring all the bad stuff they do, and those people are fucking idiots. Sorry. I had to say it. But that's a little bit of me dipping into those lower vibrations. You motherfuckers have a lot to learn. And that's why I'm saying you're fucking dumb. Alright? Because it really fucking matters that you're fucking on the right damn wavelength. It really fucking matters. And am I saying I'm on the right one? Nope. But I'm on my way there. You need to fucking get on this shit right now. The train is fucking going. You need to get your ass on it like ASAP. You need to be on this train to the right fucking wavelength right now. Because where you are and how you're advocating shit is fucking bullshit. It's wrong. Get on the damn right wavelength. Fucking develop yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, to be honest. Okay, that it sounds rude, but like I genuinely mean that. Like, if you're fucking a leftist guy or whatever, like, you motherfuckers need to stop skipping the fucking gym. I'm just gonna tell you how it is. You motherfuckers need to start doing pull-ups off of damn trees or whatever. This shit that I'm doing, or, you know, just a few push-ups. Motherfuckers are like filled with anxiety and depression nowadays. Half you guys just spend all fucking day in front of a damn computer. I'm saying this as someone who spends half a day in front of a damn computer, but at the same time, I'm on my feet all day. I'm fucking doing push-ups, pull-ups off of trees. But you guys need to develop yourselves. And you guys need to get on that damn path of growth. Instead of just trying to... Instead of hyperfixating on this path of fucking... like, trying to be better than other people by being more woke than them. And let's be... You know what? Since we're already off on that train, I'll go off. And I'll probably make more videos anyway saying the same exact shit. But it's like... You motherfuckers are just woke to prove that you're better than somebody else. That's it. Just like, don't do that. Okay? Just like, don't do that. Be woke because being woke is good. Don't be woke because you think it makes you better than somebody else. And don't be woke because you think you can hold it over someone's head and act like you're better than somebody else because you're fucking more of a fucking motherfucker or whatever. Being woke is not a fucking substitute for the holistic fucking internal development that you fucking absolutely must do as a human being, as a part of your fucking needs. Your actual fucking needs. And there's another motor. Oh, never mind. This is a shitty fucking car. But yeah, that's why I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, this has gone far beyond punching Nazis, and this has gone full into like, hey, leftists need to like fucking work on their shit rant. And you know what? It is what it is. So